Your credit score opens doors to loans, apartments, and even some jobs. It can also block them with a single missed payment or a big balance spike. If you want fast improvement, you can't hope for a miracle. You need steady, repeatable moves you can pull off this month. Here's a practical plan to build your score quickly in the US. It focuses on two things you can control right away: how you pay and how much you use. It also adds a few smarter moves like secured cards or a trusted family member's positive history. Follow the steps, and you'll see the numbers move in a few weeks, not years. First, pull your reports and clean up any mistakes. The foundation of a fast improvement is honesty about where you stand. Go to annualcreditreport.com and pull your reports from Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. You're entitled to one free report from each bureau each year, and you can check more for a small fee if you want. But start here. Look for incorrect balances, wrong payment histories, or accounts that aren't yours. Dispute any errors directly with the bureau and keep a record of every communication. While you're at it, note which details matter most for speed. Payment history and credit utilization drive most of your score in the short term. The age of your accounts and new credit also matter, but you can move faster on the first two. If you find a mistake, fix it now. If you find an account that shouldn't be there, ask for its removal. If something is reported late, contact the creditor and request a goodwill adjustment after you bring the account current. Next, tackle your credit utilization. Utilization is how much of your available credit you're using. If you have 3 cards with $10,000 total limits and you're carrying $9,000 in balances, your utilization is 90%. That will crush your score, even if you always pay on time. The fastest fix is to lower that number below 30%, and ideally to under 10% on the accounts that report most recently. 2 simple rules help a lot. First, aim to pay down balances before the statement closing date. The balance that shows on your statement is the balance that gets reported to the bureaus, not what you paid mid-cycle. If you can pay down before the closing date, your reported utilization drops. Second, consider making multiple payments each month. If you can't pay down enough in one go, small checks in the middle of the month can keep the balance from creeping up when new purchases post. Let's put that into a concrete plan. Suppose you have 2 cards, Card A with a $5,000 limit and a $4,000 balance, and Card B with a $5,000 limit and a $1,000 balance. Your total utilization right now is 80%. Your target is under 10% across the board. You could pay $3,500 toward Card A before its statement date and keep Card B's balance as is if it's not near the statement date. Or you could spread the payments. Pay down $20,500 on Card A and $500 on Card B, then pay again before the statement date. The exact numbers depend on your cycle dates, but the principle is the same. Get the reported balances low before the issuer sends them to the bureaus. If you don't have much cash handy, a simple shift is to request a credit limit increase. A higher limit lowers utilization automatically, even if you keep spend the same. Call your card issuers or use the app to request a credit limit increase. Some issuers do soft pulls that don't hurt your score. Others might do a hard inquiry. If you're unsure, ask before you apply. The trade-off is worth it if the increase lowers your utilization significantly and doesn't come with a new hard pull. Another fast track is adding a positive trade line. If you have a family member or close friend with a long, clean credit history, you can ask them to add you as an authorized user on their credit card. If the issuer reports authorized user activity to the major bureaus, your credit history could gain a long-standing positive account history in a short time. Make sure the owner's account has a balance that's well managed and that the issuer actually reports authorized user activity. You're relying on someone else's history, so choose wisely and be grateful for them if they agree. If you don't have someone who can add you as an authorized user, consider a secured credit card or a credit builder loan. A secured card requires a cash deposit that becomes your credit line. Use it like a normal card, but keep balances very low and pay in full each month. Look for secured cards that report to all 3 big bureaus and have minimal fees. A credit builder loan is another option. You borrow a small amount, you pay it back over several months, and the payments are reported to the bureaus. Either option can help rebuild payment history and improve score relatively quickly if you stay disciplined. Now, be mindful of new credit. Every new account and every hard inquiry can knock a few points off your score, especially if you're already trying to move up fast. Before you apply for credit, ask yourself if you truly need it now. If you can wait, wait. If you must apply, choose lenders carefully and try pre-qualification first to limit hard pulls. Those soft checks let you gauge approval odds without damaging your score. Another important move: keep old accounts open. The age of accounts contributes to your score even if you don't use them much. If you close an old card, you might reduce the average age of your accounts and lower your score. If fees on an old card are high, you could switch to a no-fee version or downgrade to a basic card, but don't close it unless you have a solid plan to replace that age with new, responsible lines of credit. What about collections or late payments? If you have a collection on your report, paying it off can help your score, but don't expect a dramatic jump overnight. Some collectors will offer a pay-for-delete agreement where they remove the collection from your report after you pay. This isn't guaranteed and requires negotiation. If you can negotiate, get the agreement in writing before paying. If a late payment recently happened, bring the account current and keep future payments on time. A clean payment history after that can recover lost points gradually. Set up automatic payments to avoid missing due dates. A single missed payment can do more damage than a few high balances can do quickly. Automation reduces the risk of human error and helps you build a track record of reliability. If you have multiple due dates, you can set up automatic payments for at least the minimum or, better, the full balance whenever possible. Weekly credit monitoring can stop problems before they grow. Sign up for an alert that notifies you when there's a new inquiry, a new account, or an unusually high balance. Some services flag when your score changes, which helps you see the impact of your actions in real time. If you spot something off, investigate immediately and dispute it if necessary. To make all this more concrete, here's a 30-day sprint you can run. Week 1 is about discovery. Pull your reports, write down the exact statement closing dates, and list all balances. Week 2 is about tightening utilization. Set a plan to pay down before closing dates and implement 2 to 3 payments per week if needed. Week 3 is about building positive history. Apply for a secured card or set up an authorized user arrangement, and consider a small credit builder loan if you're eligible. Week 4 is about keeping momentum. Automate payments, monitor weekly, and avoid new credit unless you truly need it. If you finish each week with a small action, you'll see results by the end of the month. It helps to have a mental model for what you're trying to achieve. Think of your credit score like a garden. You need to plant solid seeds, on-time payments, low balances, and careful credit use. You need to water them with consistent, organized payments. You need to prune, closing the fewest possible accounts that don't add value and removing errors that sneak in. With daily, disciplined effort, you'll see your score grow, not in a magical leap, but in a steady, visible way. What mistakes should you avoid? Don't chase a perfect score overnight with a dozen credit applications. Don't ignore errors on your reports. Don't let a small late payment become a habit. Don't close old accounts just to clean up your file unless you have a compelling reason. And don't rely on one strategy alone. Use a combination of paying down balances, preventing new negative items, and building positive history. Realistic expectations matter. You can raise your score by a few points in a few days with a simple balance shift. You can gain double-digit improvements in a few weeks if you're starting from a low base and you execute consistently. Major improvements often come in variations of weeks to a few months, depending on your starting point and the exact changes you implement. The key is consistency. Small, repeatable actions that add up over time. Now, a quick recap of the core moves that move your score fastest in practical terms. Get your reports, fix errors, dispute inaccuracies quickly. Lower reported utilization by paying before statement closing and by increasing limits when possible. Consider an authorized user arrangement or a secured card credit builder loan to build positive history. Avoid unnecessary new hard inquiries. Use pre-qualification when possible. Keep old accounts open to preserve age and future flexibility. Handle collections and late payments with honesty and accountability. Negotiate if possible. Automate payments to prevent misses. Monitor weekly for any surprises. If you stick to these steps, you'll create a momentum that compounds. It's not about one big trick. It's about consistent, small wins that stack up. The faster you act, the faster you'll see your credit score respond. Thanks for watching and walking through this plan with me. If you found this actionable and clear, give it a like so others can find it too. If you want to see more practical money moves, hit subscribe and join the channel. Also, drop a comment with which step you're starting with first, or tell me the part that felt hardest to you. Your experiences can help others who are in the same place. If you're ready to dive deeper, tell me what topic you want next in the comments. I'll tailor the next video to address your real-world questions and keep it simple. Remember, a better score starts with one small, consistent choice today, like subscribe and comment. See you in the next video.